Across the wards.
Across the Highlands.
Across the world.
This is Highland Hospital Radio.
And a very good afternoon to you. It is just gone 12 o'clock on Saturday, the 8th of February. My name's Tom Nelson. Sitting across from me, not Shannon this week.
No.
And we've got, not a substitute, an improvement, an enhancement.
Oh, thank you, Tom. I don't think Shannon will be very happy with that. But yes, it's me again.
He's never off the radio,
I know,
is
Tom.
he?
That's what you say all the time. I'm competing with you.
On your Saturday drop-in today, your usual features. We've got our guest of the year coming up just shortly. A bit of this or that. Terry's got an intro quiz for me. And we've also got Beat Detective. But we've got some special guests in the studio, Terry. Who have we got coming up in just a few moments' time?
We have. Have you heard of the Highland Print Studio?
Well, as
I
found out,
actually asked you that question this morning, Tom, and you hadn't.
I had
so
not.
There are two people who are going to demystify the whole thing, because we have Alison McMenemy. It's a hard word to say, that, McMenemy. I've practiced that all morning. She is the director of Highland Print Studio, and John McNaught, who's the studio manager of Highland Print Studio. So we're going to hear from them, and we're going to ask the question, are you a wise guy?
Oh.
And we'll tell you what that's all about later on.
I can't wait to find out. Now,
Yeah.
Stay tuned, and we'll be back after some Calvin Harris. Acceptable in the 80s, Calvin Harris here on the Saturday drop-in with me, Tom Nelson. Hello, and him over there is Terry Henderson. Terry, can you believe it? I think this is the first time we've ever actually done a show together.
Well, we've done outside broadcasts.
We have done outside
and we've
broadcasts.
talked to some very interesting people in the middle of a field out beside Loch Ness.
Yes.
Chasing folk with mics and
do
all
that.
kinds of things.
We have done that.
We've done zip line.
We did do this.
We should have had a mic in our mouth. Oh no, maybe
not in your mouth, but
Well, yeah.
I tried it and we couldn't use it because it would have just been a constant stream of bleeps.
Oh,
that was when we did the zip line off the Keswick Bridge.
Yes, we did. Yeah,
That was good fun.
It was great fun.
We've done catapults.
Yeah.
We've
Well,
done-
you have. I didn't.
You didn't. It was too windy
No.
the following day, unfortunately. You
Yeah.
were going to do it, I'm sure.
And I met somebody that we went last year, and the year before somebody catapulted, and his back was still bad from a year ago.
Oh, goodness.
So I thought, I'm definitely
Not doing that. But
know.
it's the first time we've done a show in the studio, and it's your first Saturday drop-in.
It is.
So we've got, I'll give you can find out what's coming up, and I'll tell the listeners as well. Coming up just shortly, we're going to have Guest of the Year, where we've got a couple of songs, and I'm going to stop. Terry, have you lost the...
Yes.
Have you lost...
There it is.
I went to the effort, listeners,
Alison will reach over and get it for me.
of
Sorry.
printing Terry out a running order,
Yes.
and he's lost it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Coming up shortly, we've got Guest of the Year, we've got a couple of songs, and we've got some clues relating to TV, who was born in this year, sports, and at the movies as well. That's going to guide you towards a year. Then coming up around about 12:30, Terry, you're going to have your interviewees who will be sufficiently warmed up and ready to go by then.
They're warmed up already.
They're acclimatising
Yes.
to the environment. Now, because it's me and you, I think we're going to have a bit of outdoing each other of who knows most about pop trivia. And
Okay.
to try and prove this, you are bringing in a Guess the Intro quiz at the top of the next hour, aren't you?
I have. You know nothing about this.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You don't know the year, and I don't know.
Do you know this? I was that sneaky. I hid the cart because I thought, knowing that Tom Nelson, he'll go looking for the cart and he'll swat up in it before actually
I
do it.
love that.
So I've hidden it away somewhere.
Yeah, that's right, because we've got the computer system here, and I never even thought to look, Terry. I thought I'm going to enjoy
yeah.
Terry's Guess the Intro. Also in the second hour, we'll play a game of This or That. Now, if you like musicals, and now Terry is a bit of a thespian. He has treaded the boards of many, many locations across the Highlands and Morayshire.
Yeah.
So we've got a This or That is based on musicals. So if you do like musicals, stay tuned for that. And of course, Beat Detective is here, where we tell you what the last song of the show is, but in a very cryptic way. So you have to try and guess what it is. Lots to come, so please do.
Just start thinking.
I know, eh? Now, if you want to get in touch with us, you can check us out on your social media, on Facebook and Instagram. You can just search for Highland Hospital Radio, and we're on Blue Sky now, and there is blue skies outside. So on Blue Sky, we are Highland H Radio.
Hey, Tom, what is Blue Sky?
I don't know, but Shannon told me I need to do it, so we're
you
doing
heard
it.
of Blue Sky?
Never
heard of it.
Consensus from the
Okay.
room. So this is the new social media, and you know Shannon, our social media coordinator. She's
different world.
It is indeed.
I live in a parallel universe from these people.
We can
It's
just
just
about,
as well that somebody knows about it.
we can just about do the website, which is hhr HitchHR.Scot, and from there you can send in a wee message to us if you want to say hello to our guests, if you've got any questions about our guest today, about the Highland Print Studio, and in particular their wise guys that they're on the look for. You might have seen it, they were in the Courier this week as well, so they were. I read all about it. So get in touch with us at HitchHR.Scot, or just send us an email straight away, studio@HitchHR.Scot. So that is Tiffany, and I think we're alone now. It entered the UK charts for the first time in this year. It would spend 10 weeks in the top 40. 3 of those at number 1, and Terry did mention this earlier on. It is a cover, it's not the original, but does Terry know who did it originally?
I'm probably going to get this wrong. I've got a feeling it was Tommy James and the
Shondells. Well done, that man. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If I was playing it, I would have the cheering. Hold on. Do you know what? You deserve this. You can have this. You can have a wee cheer.
Right. Oh,
well done. It might be the only one you get today, but you can have it.
So, Tom, I'm taking it that there's a bit of a, you're making a big deal of saying she first entered the charts.
That's
so
correct.
That is, okay,
because
right.
if you were just to Google, and I know some people cheat at these, can you believe it? Some
what
people
is the
cheat.
point of that?
Exactly. Some people will go and Google what when it came out, and I don't think they'll get the answer right then if they do that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
that's
fine. Well, if you were watching TV, am I ready to do this?
Are you ready to do this?
Yes, sorry.
Do you know what? No, you go for it, because I'm going to put this on in the background.
Well,
you go for it.
Yeah, when you were watching TV in this particular year, we saw cartoons, Charlie Chalk and Count Dacula for the first time. Now, I'm thinking that because in this year, presumably my kids were quite wee. It means nothing to me, folks. I'm sorry. We also saw debuts for shows like 15 to 1.
Yeah.
William
G. Stewart, and I think Sandy Toksvig did it later on as well.
All very serious, I seem to remember.
He was quite serious.
Hale and Pace.
Not so serious.
No. This Morning. So, blimey, that's still going strong.
It is.
Lots of controversy over that.
A little bit.
You bet. What's that again?
So Bruce Forsyth did it, and then it was
another quiz show.
No, it was what they did is you had some celebrities, and it was like a Guinness Book of Records kind of thing.
Okay.
So they would get somebody that says, I can jump my bike over 10 buses, and the studio audience would say, out of 100, who thinks he can do it or not. And then some celebrities would be there and they'd say, I think he can do it.
Right.
And if they got it right, they would get 10 points.
I would say bring it back.
Do you know what I think
sounds
they did?
like a winner.
I think they did. I can't. Who was the guy that did Stars in Their Eyes?
Matthew
Kennedy?
Kelly.
Matthew Kelly. He hosted You Bet as well after Brucey did.
Did he?
He did. There you go.
Well, it might come back. London's Burning.
Yeah, I was just playing the theme tune to that there. Yeah.
London's Burning. Yeah, and this space comedy.
This one, yeah. Do you remember this one? Did you ever watch it at all?
Yes, I did. I'm not going to say what it is.
I think you should.
Well,
it's not part of the quiz.
All right, okay. Well, it's Red Dwarf.
Yeah, Red Dwarf.
Starring, what's his name, who's an amazing DJ?
Craig Charles.
Craig Charles does an amazing soul show.
Is he on Six Music still?
Yeah, I
think
believe
he is. He used to on Radio 2, and now he's on Six Music.
And he's appeared at Belladrum as well.
Has he?
He's taken his soul show to Belladrum.
I never saw him. If I'd seen him at Bella, I would have definitely gone and seen that.
Yeah. I remember my son used to do gigs down these parts of Manchester, and he used to be on the same bill. Yeah, so met him a few times. He used to send me pictures. We also have the first ITV telethon.
Now that was like the competitor to Children in Need. ITV did a telethon for a few years, started in this year. Michael Aspel hosted it.
Michael Aspel.
There you go.
Who's still going strong.
I believe he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, actually. I mean, blimey.
I'll do that. Born in this year.
Yes.
Adele was born in this year. Rihanna was born in this year. Lizzo was born in... Did nobody get surnames in this year? So Adele, Rihanna, Lizzo, all born in this year, as well as actress Emma Stone and Rupert Grint of Harry Potter fame.
Okay, right. And in the world of sport, Bob Anderson wins the World Professional Darts Championships. The Tour de France is won by Pedro Delgado of Spain, and Seve Ballesteros wins the British Open Golf. And I landed last year at the Seve Ballesteros Airport.
What's he got an airport, has he?
Yeah, where is it? There's another question.
Seville, I'd imagine, is it?
No, it wasn't.
Is it not?
No, it's the north of Spain.
Is it Barcelona?
It's actually Santander.
Is it?
Yeah.
There you go.
World Snooker World Snooker #1 Steve Davis beats Terry Griffiths 18-11 at the Crucible, and those were the days that the viewing figures were for snooker were like 15,
millions.
20 million people
In the millions,
watching
yes.
them. France and Wales shares the 94th Five Nations Championship. Of course, it's now Six Nations.
It's six now, yep.
On today, and Scotland are playing tomorrow. Caledonia. Just Caledonia. Win the Highland League. Oh, don't do
It's
that
still,
because you'll upset Inverness
it's still
people.
controversial,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Caledonian win the Highland League, and Celtic edge out Dundee United 2-1 to lift the Scottish Cup. And Kingussie beat Glenurquhart 4-2 to lift Shinty's Camanachd Cup.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I should mention that
Go
our
on then.
guests have got something to say about the Camanachd Cup because they did quite a lot of work with that particular association.
Then you'll need to stick around for that one,
Yes,
folks.
yeah.
At the movies, the top 5 highest grossing movies of this year in the UK. At number 5, A Fish Called Wanda, which grossed 6.1 million. We had Who Framed Roger Rabbit, earning 6.2 million. We had Three Men and a Baby, 6.8 million. Crocodile Dundee 2 for 7 million, and the highest grossing movie in the UK in this year, grossing £11.2 million, was Fatal Attraction. But I'm going to play you something that just missed out in the top 5. The movie was Buster, starring Phil Collins. Can you guess the year? Here's the song. It's Two Hearts. It's Two Hearts. Phil Collins, taken from the movie Buster. All from 1 year. Terry Henderson, how have you gone on with...
Absolutely useless.
Really?
I'm useless
Really?
at years.
I'm surprised by that.
I'm okay in the 60s with regards to music, but when it comes to the 80s, it could be any of them for me. In fact, it could be the 90s. But so, are you going to give me another clue?
I have given you an A4 sheet of clues.
I thought you said you had another little clue
right,
up your
well,
sleeve.
Coming up at 5 o'clock today, Terry Henderson will be here with Ian McIntosh. Oh, he knows they're here now. And they will be playing you the all-new Golden Oldies, where what they do is they choose a year and they give you a whole show about that year.
Yeah.
Terry,
I can't remember.
what year is it for February?
February... well, we do two. To be fair, we
You
do
do
two
too,
a month.
right, okay.
I would say 1988. And that's the only reason I know. I've got to say. That is the only reason. And I've got to say, our guests, one of them definitely knew that as well.
They were 1 year out, so there's a T-shirt I think some other radio
did
station would
you
give you a
not say
T-shirt.
88?
We had an
right.
84 and we had an 87 coming in from the
So
studio.
tell us about Tiffany. Did she chart and then it wasn't a hit for years?
No, she had quite a few. I've actually closed the window of my browser.
But when she charted with I Think We're Alone Now, was that it? Was that when it got to number 1?
that was
the
her only
first time?
it was released in America in 1987. And then it came into the UK charts in January of 1988.
Okay.
So the thing is, if you'd Googled, what year did it would have come up with 87.
And that's obviously what Alison, our guest here, probably did
Perhaps.
sneakily.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out because you're going to speak to them.
Yes.
In just a moment's time. We'll have some Dobie Gray first. We'll do some moving about here in the studio. Coming up after this, we're going to be speaking to our guests from the Highland Print Studio.
There are Dobie Gray out on the floor. Now, I am delighted to introduce to you Alison McMenemy, never get that word right, and John McNaught. So Alison is the director of Highland Print Studio and John is the studio manager. And you know this, guys, I've said this to so many people. Nobody knows about the Highland Print Studio. And I know you've done something about it very recently because you now have employed somebody who is going to shout it from the rooftops what it is. But can we start by just telling us where it is and what it is, as simply as you can, because, just keep it simple.
Okay. Well, we're down at Bank Street in Inverness, so on the river. It's a nice location.
It's a beautiful location.
In between the High Street and the Mustard Seed restaurant. That's where we are. So we're a open access printmaking and imaging studio. So what that means is that anyone can come and use it once they know. If they're a total beginner, we would train them either through a class or one-to-one tuition, and then a bit like how you'd use a gym, you pay a membership and studio fees, and then you can make use of the facility to create whatever you want to do, artwork. So it's mainly on printmaking techniques. So these are ways to make small run, handmade prints, and what you're doing is making use of all the kind of properties of each of the printmaking mediums. So there's relief print, which is lino cut, wood engraving. We've got screen print on paper and fabric, stone lithography, photolithography, and etching, which we do on steel and copper, and also photogravure, which is like a crossover between photography and printmaking. So you can use these polymer plates to hand print photos.
I think it's fair to say as well, John, that the people in Inverness may recognise the building because it's got that amazing window. It's got a window on the second floor, and I've got to say it's like a TARDIS, the building, because it's quite a small-looking building from the street, and then you go on in, and there's 4 floors of the most amazing equipment you've ever seen, including the top floor's the big surprise because it's got the most amazing printer I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but that's the bit I forgot to mention. So, so that's, we've got a digital suite. So again, it can be used for all sorts of things. There's Photoshop and Lightroom on computers that people can use. There's scanners it'll scan any analog film method into digital. But equally, like you say, one of the main things is we can print, so we can do high quality gallery photographs for any photographer. We can print transparencies for the rest of the studio and so on. But that's something that, I think I don't know if there's anyone else can do that in the area.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the stuff that comes out of that printer, and it's just incredible. And as you say, it would be the kind of stuff when you go to maybe a museum or go to something like that, and there's a display and, huge posters, you would be the kind of organisation that would print it.
Yeah, the bulk of what we do there is probably exhibition work for photographers, but equally anyone who can come in and get, maybe if they want like an A4, A3 print done, then we can do that as well. Yeah.
So Alison, I think at this point we should point out this is a charity, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's we receive funding from Creative Scotland, which covers part of our costs, which enables us to offer access to a studio at subsidised rates. So for a session, a half-day session at the moment is like £5.50, £6. So you're getting access to professional equipment for price of a Starbucks, basically. And the people who use the studio range from complete beginners to professional artists. It's a friendly, welcoming place, and everybody uses the same space, the same equipment.
And I think the thing is, it's trying to get people to think. A lot of people would pass it and say, "Oh, well, that's not for me." But I think the thing is, they should just go through the door. There's always something on display to look at, and especially just now, which we could talk about later. But there's the most amazing exhibition that's just started, just a couple of days ago, wasn't it?
Yes, it's 2020 Print Exchange, which is mostly UK print studios, but also some international studios. So at the moment we've got 702 prints on display at various places throughout the building. Each print is 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres. And I'll just point out, Terry, that one of your prints is...
But thank God nobody will ever be able to tell which one it is. It kind of blows your mind when you see 702 pictures. You're not seeing them all at the same time because they're all on the 4 floors, but it's just too much to take in. You could go there every day for weeks and weeks and you'll spot something else. It's a great setup. So it's really
Sure,
good, and it's
thanks.
great for you to have it, because you haven't had it there for quite a few years, have you? Because it tours the country and tours sometimes the world, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah, it does. I think it's the first time since pandemic.
Right.
Actually, we've had.
Right. So the main reason you're here is to we're asking this question: could you be a wise guy? And can I just answer before you do that? Really, anybody can be one, because you managed to create one out of me.
We,
That's a low bar, isn't it?
But I think we're going to pause for a piece of music while Alison thinks about that. Yeah, she's not got a reply to that. So we're asking the question, so you think you're a wise guy. So you are recruiting what is called wise guys. Tell us what that is all about.
right, so wise guys, the idea came about because research showed that older men generally, but particularly older men, didn't particularly engage in creativity. And printmaking is very tools, process, equipment based. I know it's a stereotyping, but we thought maybe that's something that would be attractive. And it has been incredibly popular. We've run several classes in the past. We tend to prioritise offering the opportunity to people who aren't currently doing anything artistic. So it's about just coming along and giving it a go. So we've received funding from Highland Council, Inverness Central Ward Fund. So we are prioritising people from that area. It's for complete beginners and for men over 60. And it's just come along and see if it's...
So you're not wanting like retired art teachers or people like that? I mean, I'm not saying you would say no to anybody, but that's not really what it's about, is it?
I think it's about recognising that for a lot of people, they don't really see art as something that they can participate in.
Yeah.
It's something that other people do.
Yeah.
So art teachers are very confidently engaging with art. This is an opportunity. It's free for participants. And because of that, it's about encouraging people who've never tried. A bit like yourself, Terry, when you tipped up all those years ago.
Nearly 10.
And look at you now.
Yeah, I know. No more than I did 10
You're
years
still
ago.
you're still calling ink paint.
Yes, I
which is
know. Which
quite
annoys you. Yeah, very much. I think, can I just say, it's a bit like play school for the over 60s, like a play group.
Okay.
And you just get to play with amazing ink, and you make a right old mess.
Right.
And yeah, and it's like you go home to your wife with your drawing or whatever and say, look what I did today. And that's what I think that's what it is. And in life I don't take anything seriously, and I think it probably drives you guys round the bend because I don't listen. But I've got to say that it is, for anybody out there that's even thinking about it, go along. I hadn't a clue what was going on. It just so happened about a month before I retired, you had a press release in the Courier, and I saw it, and it was, I could tick each box. Are you over 60? Yeah. Have you any artistic experience? Absolutely not. Are you just looking for something that is completely different from anything you've ever done in your life? Yes. So tripped along, and there was 10 or 12 maybe other guys in exactly the same boat, and none of us really knew anything about art or anything. And it just gave, you guys were incredibly patient with us, and you have helped us beyond. I've been a wise guy now for 10 years, and the course only lasted 10 weeks, and I'm still there, and I still ask the same questions every blooming week.
Yeah.
How'd you do that again? And you told me, but every second week sort of thing. So you guys have got so much patience. So anybody is capable of something in there, and there'll be something. One of the techniques that John covers or you cover, that'll be for you. You know, it seems to be screen print that I'm into just now, but lino cut is brilliant, and all the other things. The etching is so technical, and it probably suits a lot of people. John, would you say?
Yeah. Well, I think probably most people. The thing you hear a lot is, I can't draw. And I would say that anyone could. I think maybe it's because of some brutal Scottish art teachers in the past that you sort of think that you had to draw like Raphael or something like that. But this is more, it's just a form of communication. That's all it is. So everybody can do it, but equally, because most of these things we do are process based, the drawing might only be a guideline, and then you're making marks with, say, lino cutting tools or other methods of making the marks that are involved in the technique. So it's this fusion of technical and creative science and art and so on. So it's a nice mix, and it's sort of maybe if we were advertising this as come along and we're going to do some watercolours of flowers or something, then I don't think it would work the same way.
Yeah.
So it's process based, so you're doing one thing one week, maybe one thing the next week, and it's all various steps to get to the final print at the end of the day. And hopefully there's all sorts of things you can learn from it other than just the art side. There's all sorts of things. I would also say that it's a social thing, as that's a big part of it. I think maybe particularly after COVID, that I think these studios, which I think as far as we know, Scotland is the only country that sort of effectively state funds these open access studios, and I think their role, one of the things they do, is they're a social space as well as being a creative and production space, and I think the more I've been involved in it, the more I see that side of it is quite important to a lot of people. Whether it might even be professional artists, because a lot of them might work alone, and sometimes they come in and they're in it's not like you're coming in and spending the day yakking and doing nothing. You're working but also chatting. Yeah, you maybe need to work on your balance. But particularly with the Wise Guys, it involves something where you're doing something, but it's also you're meeting people. It's a social thing. So it's the whole idea behind Wise Guys is a kind of relaxed. It's maybe a relaxed learning atmosphere.
And if you go to, and we should point out, there are print studios in Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee,
Aberdeen.
So all the major kind of cities.
None of them are as good as ours, though.
No,
we've got to say that.
I've been in most of them, and I would agree. But Wise Guys is known throughout Scotland, isn't it?
Wider. I remember not long after it happened, we were at a big conference, printmaking thing and international thing, and a woman from a studio in London came up, and the first thing she said to me, "Oh, you're the place that does the Wise Guys." So I think it did become. I think the name was really good, which is Alison's name. I think we can probably say that when you were planning it, it was known as Operation Sugar Daddy, and then it became Wise Guys. But that name has really helped make it a big thing, and it grew momentum as we went along. So I think there was radio interviews you were involved in. TV. Elaine C. Smith came to see you, remember? Exhibited twice in the Parliament, I think. You started some of you started selling work internationally.
Yes, I know.
It was kind of amazing.
Yeah, so. It is. It's a great. So people out there that are listening, they could just come along, couldn't they? Maybe not sign up, but they could just maybe pop in and have a look at it. If they just didn't want to take that big step, and it's not a big step, but they could just come in, maybe pop in any day from Tuesday through to Saturday.
Yeah, we're open to the public. Anyone can pop in if anyone's interested. We also run classes. We run access classes, so if anyone's interested in etching or screen print, whatever, you can just do a class, and that teaches you the basics of a technique, and then you can just take out membership and continue using the studio. If anyone's interested in Wise Guys, just feel free to give us a call or pop in and find out more.
And if, you can just Google, presumably, Highland Print Studio, and you'll get your contact details.
Yeah.
But they could also contact us, and we can pass on anybody that is interested that's listening just now.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Or look at our Instagram, stuff like that. You get a feel of what's going on.
And listen, guys, it's free. You've nothing to lose. And presumably folk could come along, and if, maybe after even the first session, if it wasn't for them, there's no problem, is there?
No.
Yeah.
But we all did that 10 years ago, because that's the last time you actually recruited, was coming up for 10 years ago, and everybody stayed. We've dwindled over the years, I've got to say, sort of thing. So give us your contact details again. How do they get in touch with you? Is your website, what's your website address?
So the website is highlandprintstudio.co.uk or info@highlandprintstudio.co.uk. We're on 20 Bank Street, which is just along from the mustard seed, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 till 6. We're quite antiquated in that we close for lunch.
Everybody needs a break.
Well, it's just to do with staff. We're a very small staff team, so we're closed between 1:30 and 2:30, but other than that, pop along.
I would tend to say civilised rather than antiquated.
And the tea breaks are just incredible. The subjects we have covered over the years is just amazing. So the debates go on, and the biscuit selection just gets better as the weeks go on. Incredible, especially this time of year.
Actually, that's the lovely thing about Wise Guys, is the range of people that the project has brought into the studio. Previous Wise Guys have been crofters, worked in the car industry. We had an exciseman, an anaesthetist, accountant, and
Dentists.
Yeah.
Solicitors.
Electrician.
Yeah.
Useful.
And can I just add as well that the professional artists, if you like, we're working alongside them, and they're amazing to us. They treat us as one of them.
Well,
you know what I mean? There's no snobbery involved with it at all. And I think that's the thing that maybe people feel a wee bit intimidated because, I don't know about this, I'm not an artist, sort of thing, But the artists that really use it, they're great with us. They have a great laugh with us.
Yeah, of course, but why wouldn't they be? We're all just folk.
Because that's what a lot of people's perception
yes.
might be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, I think. Artists can sometimes be seen as a little bit elitist and a little bit for them and not us. But the community that we've created at Highland Print Studio, everybody's treated equally and everybody just gets on.
Yeah, great. So listen, come on, get on with it. Apply to be a Wise Guy. Are you over 60? Have you anything else? Are you over 60? That's enough, isn't it?
Yes, can be.
Well, no. I know exactly how old you are. So I know that. But if you're over 60 and you're a male and you just fancy giving it a go on, do it. You should do it. You will not regret it. And we've still got Alison and John from the Highland Print Studio. Alison, you're just going to remind us there that you mentioned where the funding came from and the people that live in that particular area of Inverness that the funding came from. But people can apply regardless of where they stay. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. This current piece of funding we've got is from Inverness Central Ward. So we are prioritising people from that area. But I'm continuing to fundraise for other courses. So if anyone else is interested, then feel free just to get in touch, give us your name, and we'll contact you once we've got funding.
That was absolutely brilliant. I mean, I am definitely going to now go and visit the print studio.
You've got to.
I'm really excited because I've seen some of the pictures and the video that you've put up on your socials. It looks fantastic. It looks fabulous.
And just wait, you see this printer. Oh my God.
Well, do you know what? Was it 702 prints, was it? I'm going to make a point of finding the Terry Henderson 20 centimetre by 20 centimetre print.
Right, okay. So the way it's displayed is they've got the various print studios there. So when you come, we'll get them to remove them. And good luck to you there then.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a lot of fun, but there's more fun to be had because this is the first time that Terry and I have hosted a show together. And Terry is known as the quiz guy. I'm getting to join in with the quiz guys this year. And at the last, we had a meeting. There was a meeting, wasn't there?
Yeah, we have to mention this.
Oh, is this the 32nd annual Highland Hospital Radio Music Quiz?
It is, and it's changed. And do you know these guys have entered a team?
Are you coming along to
For
it?
the very first time. I've been asking them for 10 years, but they are coming this year. I don't have a name of your team yet, so you have to think of that.
Ooh.
I think it could be something to do with wise guys.
It's got a print or something.
Wise guys and girls.
It's called Ink Not Paint, Terry. There's the name of the team.
Yeah.
Not paint.
Not Paint.
Yeah, but we should mention, the 32nd annual music quiz takes part in the Rec Hall at Raigmore on Friday the 7th of March, which I believe was 4 weeks yesterday.
It's not far away, is it? It's getting close.
You know this, I've got to mention the amazing buffet that you get.
Yes.
It probably people actually come for the home baking alone.
Indeed.
It's worth it just for that.
It's not, you don't come for the quiz, that's for sure. That's just a side hustle.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
what I would say is that there's still, you might be able to squeeze another team in. But if you maybe you fancy donating a wee raffle prize to us or an auction prize, get in touch with us, studio at hhr.scot, or better still, go straight to Terry at hhr.scot, and he'll see you all right.
Yeah, if you know somebody that's got a restaurant or a cafe or maybe a little voucher, we would love to be able to auction these items and raise much needed funds for Highland Hospital Radio, because it does take a fair bit of money to run this place.
It is a few pennies, again.
And that's not salaries.
Well,
nobody gets paid.
Nobody's
There's not
getting
one
paid.
person gets paid.
We all get paid nothing, and even then I think we're overpaid sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say here if there's any wise guys, potential wise guys.
Absolutely, it sounds great.
Contact studio at
studio at hhr.scot, absolutely. I'm looking forward to retiring so I can enjoy these things. We'll just have a quick wee recap on what's still to come. It's 1:25 on Saturday. Before the end of this hour, we will have at least one more wee quiz. I have got a wee feature that Shannon and I do against each other. Is this or that? So we've got this or that, and it's a musicals special. So we've got that one coming up.
Right?
But I want to just announce to the listeners, we've put it on our Facebook page as well and our Instagram, because the last song in today's show is already in the system. And what we do is we tell you what the song's going to be, but we do it in a cryptic way. So I've got a cryptic clue that's going to identify the last song on today's show, okay? Because we've got Beat Detective coming up at the end of today's show. This time, it's the first time ever, we've got two artists. So it's a double act of sorts, a collaboration.
Right.
And here is the clue to your artist. So two artists, the first artist has 3 words, the second artist is just 2 words. And your clue is, those guys that sell the cats and dogs have left that seasonal plot of land in a poor state. Those guys that sell the cats and dogs have left that seasonal plot of land in a poor state. So it's 2 artists we're looking for there.
And they've only got 3 letters in their word.
The first artist has 3 letters. 3 words, sorry. And the
3
second...
words.
3 words, yeah. The first artist has 3 words, and the second artist only has 2.
And they sing together, though.
In this particular song, it is a collaboration, yes.
Okay.
The song title is made up of 4 words, and your 4 words are... Well, I'm giving you the clue to the 4 words. What action am I alleged to have undertaken? So your artists, 2 artists, those guys that sell the cats and dogs, that's your first artist, have left that seasonal plot of land in a poor state. That's your 2 artists. I think Terry's got it now because I paused. And your song, what action am I alleged to have undertaken? That is your beat detective. So that's our last song on today's show. Let us know if you know at studio@hhr.scot. John and Alison are still here with us. We're going to have a wee game of this or that after this one from Big Country. Folks, we like to have wee quizzes. We've had a bonus one because Terry is here this week. But usually if it's myself and Shannon, we play a game called This or That. And in This or That, it's quite simply, it's one answer or the other. So shall we, do you want to join in with this? How do you think? Because I've just been told, because it's about musicals, and I'm told that our two guests hate musicals. They absolutely detest and despise them. So that's good. That's what we want. We're not here. This is not the kind of radio that we play for the masses, is it? This is keep ourselves happy.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reason why I picked this one is because Terry, as well as being a wise guy and he does all these printing stuff, as well as running quizzes, as well as doing his Highland Hospital Radio 4 or 5 shows a week, I think he does. He also is a bit of a thesp, Ian. And that he treads the boards, he does Amdram. And do you do a bit of singing as well at the Amdram, or are you just a performer?
Well, 2 weeks ago I was presented with a song that I've got to sing, and I've never done that before. But you know this, you get to an age and you just think, just go for it.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Yes,
because based on your behaviour.
No. So I should give it a plug. So coming up,
go for it.
Part of the Speyside Whisky Festival, which is a major event through in Speyside in May. The events are just incredible. People come from all over the world. For some strange reason, we're taking part in it. And my sister-in-law has written a play, a music. My brother writes the music. They've written a musical all about the beginnings of Glen Grant Distillery.
All right.
How it started off as an illicit still up in Glenlivet in 1830, and then developed to a major international company and sold to Seagram's in 1973. And the play musical is all about 1830 right up to the sale of 1973. And can I just mention that the guy who was the manager, who I remember so well in 1973, when they sold to Seagram's, he's long gone, I'm afraid, but his son is playing him in the play.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
He's also in the first scene playing my father, even though he's 10 years younger than me, and I have magically to become 25 in the first scene. So I've been given a website to get a wig and a beard.
It's and some makeup as well?
A lot of makeup.
Yep.
Because then I've got to jump 40 years and become 60, which might be slightly easier
your
for me.
range is, why are you not on the telly? Why are you not on the
station? And I'm a station master as well.
Oh, goodness me. I could have done
uniform for that. I know. Oh, uniform. Have you got one from round about 1900s?
I'll have a look in the cupboards at the work. We'll see how I get on.
Brilliant. Superb.
Now, we go on and we'll have our wee quiz. So, Terry, being, as he's just explained, he's a man of many traits. We are going to play a game of This or That, which we do every week on the Saturday drop-in, and we've got a different theme or a different choice. Today's one, I am asking you, is it a song from Les Miserables, the stage performance show, or for the more hip young youth element, is it from Hamilton?
Okay.
So Les Mis or Hamilton, Terry? Before we started today, we've both seen Les Mis, Hamilton.
Yeah.
We both prefer Les Mis. We're more in the Les Mis world of musicals versus Hamilton. But we'll see how you get on. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem I'm going to have is I might actually start singing the lyrics. Because I quite like Les Mis, so I need to be very neutral here and
so you're
not
just
give it away.
All right, so it's not.
So it's just a line.
Clips.
Yeah, it's just a line.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't as well prepared as you. That's
right.
fine. Man.
Okay.
So number one is, what have I done, sweet Jesus? What have I done? Is that Les Mis or Hamilton?
What have I done? I would say Hamilton.
That's Les Mis.
Oh my
That's
God.
Valjean's soliloquy.
Start, isn't it?
Yeah, what have I done, sweet Jesus?
Start.
What have I done?
Yeah.
Become a thief in the night, become a man on the... Yeah, like I say, I'm going to have to watch myself here because I will just join in.
Become John.
So let me just... I'm just going to put a big X next to that one because you got it wrong.
That's a great start. Yeah.
Number 2, To the Revolution. To the Revolution. Could be either.
I would say
be either.
Les Mis.
That's from Hamilton. That's from Aaron Burr,
Okay, but
sir.
it could have been from
It
either,
could have
couldn't
been from either. Number 3 is there's trouble in the air. You can smell it. There's trouble in the air. You can smell
Either
it.
again.
It's almost like it's designed that way.
For Hamilton.
It is indeed Hamilton.
Oh, I
you
got 1 out
get
of
that
3.
one right.
Right.
That's the song called Say No to This.
Okay.
Number 4, I walk these streets famished. I walk these streets famished.
I'm going to
Hamilton or
go
Les Mis?
Hamilton again.
That is Hamilton. It's from the song My Shot from Hamilton.
Oh, yeah,
He's
My
doing
Shot.
well now.
Yeah.
You're on 50% at the moment, Terry.
Oh, that's
You're on
better.
50%. That's a
Yeah.
pass.
Yep.
Next up is number 5. And those who follow the path of the righteous shall have the reward.
I'm going to go Hamilton again.
It's Les Miserables.
okay,
It
yeah.
is. It's it is from Stars. So that's what's the policeman's name again? I can't mind his name. That's terrible. I really should have.
Yeah.
I should have remembered
it
that.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The policeman, the bar. I think Russell Crowe played him in the movie.
Yes.
Number six. There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain that goes on and on.
That's Les Mis.
It is indeed. It's empty chairs at empty
Yeah.
tables, of course it is. Number 7. If I speak, I am condemned. If I say silent, I am damned.
I would say that's Les Mis.
It is. It's Who Am I?
Yeah.
Jean Valjean. Number 8. We are engaged in a battle for our nation's very soul.
That's Hamilton.
That is indeed. What was that? I've been put off because a message came in. It is Hamilton from What I'd Miss. The message that I've just had is just a one-word answer: Javert.
Oh, right.
Thanks
good,
to my
yes.
wife. My wife's also listening because she's just messaged it. Javert is the
Oh,
policeman.
that's good.
That's all she does is she sends in messages every Saturday to keep me right. Number 9. Heed not the rabble who scream revolution.
Well, again, we're back to this revolution.
There's loads of revolutions here, isn't there?
I'll go Hamilton.
It's Les Miserables.
All right.
No, I'm joking. It's Hamilton. Well done.
Is it? All right, okay.
It's from At the Barricade.
I'm over 50%, I think.
It's from Farmer Refuted, sorry. And finally, number 10. Our little lives don't count at all.
Hamilton.
No, it's
Les
Les
Mis,
Mis. Our little lives don't count at all. Red's the blood of angry men.
Yeah. I
Why
just
am I
don't listen to
not
words.
doing musical theatre?
I've
Honestly.
got a part for you. Would you like to play a 25-year-old illicit stiller?
Yes,
You know.
please. Yes, please. That's what I was made for.
Yeah.
Terry, how did you get on? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60%.
I'm just happy
6
to
out
get-
of 10.
I'm happy
That's
to get
not
6.
bad, mate. So thank you very much to John and Alison who have come in today. We'll be putting more information about the Highland Print Studio and the Wise Guys onto our website later on today, along with this show in a podcast format, so you can enjoy all the banter again without any of the enjoyable music. Maybe we should do an episode where it's just the music and not the chat. I don't know. But we shall leave you with this. We asked you a question, a cryptic clue about our last song that we're playing today. It was 2 artists. One was a 3-word artist, one was a 2-word artist, and it was those guys that sell the cats and dogs have left that seasonal plot of land in a poor state. Alison, you got this one. What was the answer to the artist?
It's Pet Shop Boys.
Along with?
Dusty Springfield.
There you got a seasonal plot of land in a poor state. And Terry, what's the name of the song? What action am I alleged to have undertaken?
So what have I done to
Outstanding.
deserve this?
Indeed. What have I done? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, next week I'm not here, but the Saturday drop-in continues because Shannon will be back and she's joined by Karen. They'll have another guest, another set of Guest of the Year, this or that, and Beat Detective. If you're in hospital, we hope that you get well soon. And don't forget that once you're out of hospital, you can listen to Highland Hospital Radio anywhere on your smartphone, on your computer, or you can even ask that there smart speaker in the corner of the room to play Highland Hospital Radio. I am looking forward to getting along to the Highland Print Studio because I want to go and see it. It looks amazing. And you know what? I'm going to see if we can do a Saturday drop-in from the Highland Print Studio one day. How does that sound?
Yeah,
I'm getting
sounds
nods
good
of approval
fun.
here.
Yeah.
Terry, this has been great. We should do a show again.
Yes,
but
let's.
we might need to make it a 3-hour show. That's the only
Yes,
thing.
yeah. It's far too short. Come on, 2 hours.
The musicals hour is up next. In the meantime, we'll leave you with the last wee bit of the Pet Shop Boys and Dusty Springfield with What Have I Done. Until I'm next on. He's on soon. He's on in a couple hours. But we'll see you again soon. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye.